100 days, the Department of Public Service and Administration signed a Memorandum of Understanding, the MOU, with the Chandler Institute of Governance. This memorandum establishes a framework for collaboration between the DPSA and the Singapore-based institute, which emphasizes areas such as knowledge exchange and capacity building in public administration. Minister Buthelezi conducted an unannounced oversight visit to the Philip Moyo Community Health Center to assess compliance with the Batupile principles and service delivery standard. Such unannounced visits play a crucial role in promoting accountability, increasing citizen engagement, shaping policy, and ultimately enhancing the quality of services provided to the public. September was a public service month launched under the theme, "A Government That Works for You." Minister Buthelezi announced during the launch that suspended government officials will no longer sit idle at home for more than 9 years, as we have discovered, while they continue to get paid. Instead, DPSA is taking a new directive for discipline management, including transfer of suspended officials to other departments or units, so that while their cases are being attended to, they do not stay at home earning salary yet not doing anything. Through these transfers, DPSA wants to ensure that while every senior or qualified and competent official is undergoing disciplinary processes, they do not just sit at home on suspension, as I have said, but they are transferred to other departments or units for them to use their skills and qualifications to benefit that unit while still on suspension. The IFP's manifesto spoke to the need of ensuring that we professionalize the public service. The key focus areas for Minister Buthelezi since taking office has been that of tackling corruption, tackling the stagnation in the public service, and innovation and underperformance. Minister Buthelezi is committed to ensuring we build a capable state through a professional and capacitated public service. The DPSA, under the leadership of Minister Buthelezi, therefore will redouble efforts to combat corruption, bribery, and nepotism while upholding the core values of transparency and accountability which underpin the government of national unity. The third portfolio under the IFP leader, transport. Our national spokesperson, Honorable Mkhuleko Hlengwa, the Member of Parliament, is now the Deputy Minister for Transport. On National Aviation Gender Summit, the Deputy Minister, Mkhuleko Hlengwa, took part in the National Aviation Gender Summit, which serves as an annual platform for industry stakeholders to reaffirm their commitment to ensuring gender equality in the aviation sector. On road safety, October being the transport month, the Deputy Minister Mkhuleko Hlengwa is still currently crisscrossing the country checking on roads and rail, and encouraging transport safety. He also conducted an unannounced oversight visit at a licensing testing center in Umhlatuze municipality. The Deputy Minister, along with senior officials from transport sector, continue to do impromptu road inspection. The Deputy Minister is currently tasked with the review of National Road Safety Strategy. Other key interventions assigned to him. In terms of our manifesto commitments on scholar transport and rooting out corruption, the Deputy Minister is working on key interventions ensuring safe and reliable scholar transport for all learners that need transport. In this regard, he has also ensured the resuscitation of the National Interdepartmental Committee on Scholar Transport. He is also placing a strong focus on the Road Accident Fund to ensure that it functions optimally to meet its mandate. The Deputy Minister is committed to a comprehensive legislative review of the RARF, and we anticipate a ARF amendment bill before the end of the year. The Deputy Minister Mkhuleko Hlengwa has also been delegated the responsibility on the Road Traffic Management Corporation, Road Traffic Infringement Agency, Road Accident Fund, South African Maritime Safety Agency, Ports Regulatory South Africa, and the Cross-Border Road Transport Agency. These are the responsibilities assigned to him as he is the Deputy Minister in the department. The AGMs of all these agencies have been convened by the Deputy Minister to ensure compliance and stability in governance. Further, the Deputy Minister has also been responsible for the provincial roads and has already conducted working visits to the Eastern Cape and Northwest. The fourth portfolio at a national level under the Ministry, Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment. Honorable Naren Singh, MP, our Treasurer General, now holds the position of Deputy Minister for Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment. On international and local engagement, in his 100 days of office, Honorable Naren Singh has led a number of local and international engagement. Some of the notable events included marking World Rhino Day, participating in the Municipal Just Energy Transition Conference, raising awareness about the plight of rhinos and the importance of their conservation. The Deputy Minister Singh thanked the judiciary for the conviction of 2 ex-rangers for rhino poaching in Kruger National Park, sentenced to 20 years. This case marks a significant victory in the fight against wildlife crime. In September, the Deputy Minister Singh chaired a high-level engagement to unlock an impasse in and around Konubia in KwaZulu-Natal. These are areas that were impacted as a result of the release of a significant volume of agrochemicals into the environment when infrastructure was damaged during the 2021 unrest in KwaZulu-Natal. Under conversation efforts, our manifesto speaks to you and your future, with a strong emphasis on conversation. Deputy Minister Singh visited SARCOOR mill in Umkomazi, KwaZulu-Natal, and celebrate the Upper Month by planting a Wauba salutarius, the pepperbark tree. This tree once so endangered that it required protection by armed guards in the Kruger National Park, symbolizes significant conservation efforts supported by SAPI. On the 21st of September, in collaboration with eThekwini Metro, the Deputy Minister Singh hosted the International Coastal Clean-Up Day at Cuttings Beach in Durban, where Deputy Minister Singh kicked off the month of October by officially opening the Environment Management Inspectorate training in KwaZulu-Natal. The KwaZulu-Natal Government of Provincial Unity, the IFP's Provincial Chairperson, Honorable 18 Ntuli, the MPL, is now the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, who has done the 100 days report, but we are capturing it as we are doing it at a national level. The Honorable Premier of KwaZulu-Natal has made significant strides in his first 100 days in office to meet the IFP's manifesto's commitment by outlining a comprehensive plan to drive inclusive growth, job creation, and stabilize public finances. To address the financial difficulties, he emphasized the revenue enhancement by urging departments to improve collection efforts and explore private-public partnerships. Notable achievements of 100 days in office of Premier Ntuli are the following, to mention the few. The financial stability. He has managed to reduce travel cost of his government by 30%, which extended assets replacement life cycle, and he has also managed to fill vacant posts to reduce reliance on costly consultants. On job creation, the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal has championed the creation of 49 permanent and 201 temporary jobs at Durban Trade Port and launched funds for youth-owned and women-owned businesses. On infrastructure development, he has pledged to combine national and alternative funding sources for catalytic projects in agriculture, human settlements, and public works. On rural and township economies, he has championed the revitalization of Wasitebe Industrial Park through dialogue with local leaders and businesses. On digital and green economy, the Premier has championed the establishment of digital access centers and plans to cultivate hemp for mine rehabilitation. On agriculture and food security, the South African Human Science Research Council has revealed that there are severe levels of food insecurity in KwaZulu-Natal. According to Human Science Research Council, food security was more prevalent in the Zululand district, where 35% of households were severely food insecure, and Umkhanyakude with 17.1% and Umzinyati with 4.3%. The report by the Human Science Research Council said there is a need to increase agricultural production in each district through focused food production and agro-processing investment. To this end, the IFP-led KwaZulu-Natal government supported over 12,000 producers promoting vegetable gardens and crop farming. These initiatives will still be increased under the government of KwaZulu-Natal, led by the IFP, as led by the Honorable Premier Duli. On crime prevention, as we are aware, KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, and other parts of our country are engulfed by crime. Premier Duli has launched the program Engangeni Ngesango Iyafohla campaign, targeting undocumented foreign nationals, but also actively working with the police to clamp down criminal activities that are affecting our people. We do want to congratulate the police throughout South Africa, the breakthrough they did in Eastern Cape, arresting the people who killed many people at Lusikisiki. But we do want to congratulate Babu Mkhwanazi, who is here in KwaZulu-Natal, for the good work he is doing together with the Premier in fighting against crime. On governance reforms, the Premier has strengthened the financial management and accountability both at a provincial and municipal level. The Premier aims to build a capable and ethical province that prioritizes service delivery, inclusive economic growth, and prosperity for all. With bold leadership and accountability, he believes the province can overcome its challenges. The Gauteng Government of Provincial Unity. The Gauteng Provincial Chairperson of the IFP, Honorable Bonginkosi Dlamini's first 100 days as Gauteng's e-government MEC have been marked by significant strides in enhancing digital safety and connectivity for the province's residents. Notable achievements for MEC Dlamini include, but not limited to, the following: cybersecurity priority. Honorable MEC Dlamini has prioritized cybersecurity, ensuring the province's digital infrastructure is secured and resilient. E-Panic Button app. Honorable MEC Dlamini launched the Gauteng E-Panic Button app, providing residents with instant access to emergency services, including private armed response and medical emergency services. Public Wi-Fi sites. MEC Dlamini has unveiled public Wi-Fi sites across the province of Gauteng, bridging the digital divide and promoting digital inclusion. MEC Dlamini's efforts extend beyond digital infrastructure. He has distributed physical e-panic buttons to vulnerable communities such as the elderly in Kagiso. Through these initiatives, Dlamini demonstrates his commitment to using technology to improve the lives of Gauteng residents, which is in line with the IFP's manifesto commitments. The IFP as a voice of reason versus voices of destruction. I have taken note of those who have claimed that my tenure as Minister of COGTA have so far resulted to none. As outlined earlier, my department's work speaks for itself. There are also continued references being made about the IFP campaign funded by the Oppenheimers. The IFP remains proud of our decades-long friendship we have enjoyed with the Oppenheimer family, which resulted, for example, in the formation of the Mangosuthu University of Technology, which today remains a beacon of hope for many young South Africans, including the children of those who are the voices of destruction. The IFP will remain a voice of reason in the GNU. We are patriots building for the future, not voices of destruction that seeks to tear apart the very fabric of our society. In stark contrast, the IFP has played a major role in our country in building schools, as I have indicated, with the Mangosuthu University of Technology through the support by the Oppenheimer family, building of hospitals, universities, clinics, and we have a vast governance experience while the voices of destruction have stolen from the poor through VPS looting scandal. In their 10 years of existence, their contribution has amounted to nothing more than race baiting, insult, flip-flopping on crucial matters of national importance. So, we remain undeterred by any organization that is increasingly desperate, despondent, and knows the upcoming 2026 elections might signal their death knell. Updates on internal IFP matters. We have taken note of some speculation around the IFP conference in the media. We understand the interest. I therefore wish to provide the following update. The IFP Secretary General Honorable Ngobo has set up several audit teams consisting of members of the National Council, the party's highest decision-making body in between conferences. The audit teams will be responsible for auditing almost 800 IFP branches and will audit the additional 1,400 branches once they are inaugurated. The crucial audit process will be undertaken ahead of the IFP's elective conference. It goes without saying that this audit is necessary and is a crucial process that needs to be undertaken to ensure that credible and robust branches attend the elective conference. The audit is expected to take the remainder of the year. In addition, I wish to report that the National Executive Committee of the party met with the leadership of various IFP-run municipalities over the weekend. The process of meeting these municipalities is part of our routine oversight. The meeting also gave effect to the IFP's National Council's resolution of Saturday, 10 August 2024, in which the highest decision-making body of the IFP publicly communicated that it will endorse the assessment and review of parties' service delivery performance in all IFP-led municipalities by November 2024, what we did over the weekend. On the international matters, Taiwan, Israel, and Palestine, the IFP condemns the escalation in violence in Gaza and now Lebanon. Further to that, we condemn the spread of violence to the wider Middle East. We urge the leaders of Israel and all other world leaders involved in the talks between Israel and Palestine to urgently come back to the negotiating table. A ceasefire is now non-negotiable. We urge peace and for the two-state solution to be implemented without further delay. The IFP has taken note with concern the reports that the Taiwan might be forced from its offices in Pretoria. The said request to move is apparently due to external pressures. The IFP has long been a firm supporter and friend of the people of Taiwan. However, our support and friendship with Taiwan is not an anti-China stance. The IFP, founded on the principles of democracy, solidarity, freedom, and unity in diversity, support Taiwan's aspiration to self-determination. It is reported that the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, DERCO, has threatened to close Taiwan's offices and that there is no room for negotiation. The IFP is concerned by the impact such action will have on the bilateral framework South Africa has enjoyed with Taiwan for the past 26 years. It is this bilateral framework that has allowed South Africa to export millions of dollars worth of goods to Taiwan. In addition to this, Taiwan has made substantial investment in trade, the economy, and technological development in South Africa. As South Africa stands to rebuild, we can ill afford to lose the contributions of Taiwan. It is therefore the IFP's hope that cool heads will prevail and that Taiwan will be allowed to continue to contribute to South Africa's growth and turnaround. We hope that the resolution mechanism built into the machinery of the GNU will allow the matter to be resolved as a matter of urgency. On other matters regarding the GNU, the IFP will remain a voice of reason in the GNU. And let me make it categorically clear that we will not abandon our identity and our beliefs since being part of the GNU. To that end, we will continue to champion Ingonyama Trust as a vehicle to ensure access to land for the majority of our people. We will continue to support Itala Bank to become fully functional so that it can fulfill its intended purpose of empowering the poor and marginalized. We will continue to support traditional leaders. If we expand the roles and functions of traditional leaders, they will be empowered to play a more effective role in support of our democracy. With regards to the deadlock on the NHI and the Bella Act, the IFP is of the view that an opportunity must be created within the GNU to open a dialogue on the policy proposals where we fundamentally differ and find a common ground and a solution. For example, the IFP believes in universal healthcare coverage. However, we think the current prevailing circumstances within our dilapidated healthcare system will not allow the successful rollout of this system. The basics are just not in place to ensure a sustainable implementation of the NHI. We therefore welcome the establishment of a GNU clearinghouse which will deal with policy disagreements within the GNU. The IFP is represented by Comrade Mkhuleko Hlengwa on this structure to deal with all deadlock issues, because as part of the government of national unity, there will be differences, but we will always strive to find a common ground and take our country forward. As I conclude, the IFP went into the May elections drawing on the great legacy of our founder, the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Our founder lived his life in the service of our nation. He believed in practical measures to empower South Africans towards self-help and self-reliance. As a Democrat, Prince Buthelezi was committed in leading with integrity and truly serving. That commitment remains the fundamental mission of the IFP. We are on a mission to deliver on our manifesto promises. We are resolute that we will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that we work with the government of national unity collective to root out corruption and wasteful expenditure. We will use every cent of taxpayers' money wisely while tackling the key challenges facing our country and this province decisively. We make this commitment to all people of South Africa because IFP leaders are servants of the people. The IFP believes you deserve a good government that will serve you with integrity, a government that you can trust. We believe that the GNU and the GPUs are starting to do what is needed towards building a better, more prosperous South Africa. All indicators point to this being the turning point for our country. We will continue to put rebuilding South Africa at the center of the IFP's focus. We will continue to put South Africans at the center of our work. The IFP will remain true to its identity in the government of national unity, serving people of South Africa and taking South Africa forward. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity. As I indicated, it might take a little bit longer, but that is what accountability means. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for that very detailed and thorough accountability, which was also supposed to congratulate Orlando Pirates for winning the MTN 8 3 times. Thank you very much, Mr. President. We'll now take questions. Colleagues, please just introduce yourselves and then pose your question.
When it is particular. I mean, when it is particular.
Let's start here in the front, Julia, and then go to, maybe let's take 3 hands, and then.
Hi everyone, my name is Pilar Duma from Newsroom Africa. I've got 2 questions. The first one, are you satisfied with the treatments inside the GNU? And what aspects would you like the deadlock breaking mechanism of the GNU to entail? Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's a hand right behind you.
So my question would be, just to piggyback on the last question, what are the main issues that you are bringing forward to the committee that has been set up to tackle differences within the partner, GNU partners at national level, and also maybe to include the 2 provincial structures or coalitions, the GPUs in Gauteng and in KwaZulu-Natal? What are the main issues that the IFP is bringing forward to this platform to have, in an effort to have them resolved?
Can we take responses to those 2 questions? I will start with the President and ask the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal and the Chair of Gauteng if there are provincial matters which will require clearing at the clearing house, Mr. President.
Thank you very much for the 2 questions from the Newsroom Africa and the NCA journalist. Firstly, the treatment of the IFP within the GNU. I must say, the IFP prepared itself to become part of a coalition government, which is the GNU. We did the groundwork. The media knows. We participated on extensive programs, learning good practice of a coalition government, because we knew post-2024 election, it will be a coalition government in South Africa. And you, my witnesses, that we were clear as the IFP. Now, we are at home in the government of national unity because we were not caught by surprise. And we knew a coalition government or a government of national unity, to succeed, there must be mutual respect amongst the partners. That is what we are experiencing across political parties at a cabinet level, either extended cabinet level. The spirit is embraced by respect, by understanding that we serve the people of South Africa. So now, in a nutshell, on the question of what is the treatment, the government of national unity is a hope for the people of South Africa, and it has inspired confidence even in the international community. We have seen this. I've been in Germany attending the workshop on urban development. The people of Germany and other ministers are also reporting that on their international trips, the international world is inspired of how South Africa responded when no one political party got a clear majority but came together. There were those who were saying the GNU is going to collapse. It is more than 100 days. It is going to finish the first year next year, and it will finish the 5 years. I can speak confidently. There were those who were saying in KwaZulu-Natal things will crumble. The KwaZulu-Natal government of provincial unity has concluded its 100 days. It will conclude its first year. It will finish its term because the IFP is providing good leadership. Now, on that question, I can summarize as saying the government of national unity and the governments of provincial unity in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng have an interest of the people of South Africa respect and embracing the differences is what is making us to function effectively. What issues the IFP will bring in the clearinghouse? The truth of the matter, for the government of national unity to be successful, there must be a consistent engagement, not when you have challenges. The government of national unity, the clearinghouse, will be looking on policy issues, as I indicated. When it comes to the NHI was passed in Parliament as a bill before the formation of the GNU. But the President signed it into law when the government of the day was the GNU. As you all know, some of the political parties, including the IFP, as I explained, we support the principle of universal access, but we have a problem with the funding model. That is one issue. We will not run to courts because we are part of the government. The clearinghouse is going to engage issues of differences. And those issues of differences, we will need to find a common ground and take our country forward. On the Bella Act, the President did something amazing, and I must indicate that before the President signed the bill into law, he did consult Mr. Hlabisa, the President of the IFP, and took me along that he will sign the act, the bill into an act, but reserve certain clauses to be effective. And those clauses will be open to engagement. And this is the spirit that will make the government of national unity work, where you engage your partners, you get them along to be part of the process. So now, on all issues where we might differ on policy matters, as I raised the issue of Taiwan, the IFP is of the view the GNU must engage on these issues of policy differences and what is good at a government level. I'm not speaking on behalf of the government, but I do know that the position of government when it comes to China and Taiwan, they believe in a two-state solution, which is also the belief of the IFP. Policy issues, we are not going to run to courts, but we will engage in the clearinghouse on any matters of differences. We will ensure that we escalate those matters to the clearinghouse to allow the government of national unity achieve the set goals to make South Africa a prosperous country.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Mr. Premier, Chairperson. All right, thank you very much. Any other questions, colleagues? Right, can we we'll come back to the front? Let's go to the SABC. Ngoni.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Ngoni Makanya, I work for SABC TV News. A couple of questions to the leadership of the party. Maybe let's start at the beginning. When the IFP was contemplating being part of this GNU and GPU, it said that the structures of the party would be consulted in terms of that particular decision. Now that you are in this arrangement, have you done that? And also, what has been the response from the structures of the party? Secondly, the issue of the conference, I see here it says that the audit of the branches is expected to take the remainder of the year. So is it safe to say that the conference will be held next year, the elective conference of the party? And then the last question perhaps to the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal is, how difficult is it, Mpemba, to ensure the issue of accountability? You are the leader of the provinces, the Premier, but of course you've got different parties participating in the GPU. How are you going to ensure that you put in place measures to hold everyone accountable and equally? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can we just cross to the right?
Greetings, Tadawasa from Eyewitness News. My colleague has covered you in the first one, but with the auditing of the branches, Mr. Clem, I understand this is a process that was suspended due to the election campaign. What then, after the election, took so long for the branches to be inaugurated and audited? And then, Premier, the second one is also almost similar to my question. You are leading a provincial government that consists of members of the executive from different political parties. We've had the successes that the President read out, but what are some of the challenges that you found? We hear that there's this success and this is, are there any challenges leading such a government? Thank you.
Thank you much. Can you come to the front here? I understand. It's Makabani Gakas.
Thank you. It's Muslim Day from Disciplinary News. My question is just on the instabilities that we are seeing in the GPU in Gauteng. Are you concerned that it could run down to KZN, for example, and where are you in the drama between the ANC and the DA, as you are also part of the GPU?
All right, thank you very much.
It slipped out. I just want to
all right, let's hear about Mabaso.
yeah, but it's audible. With your GMU.
No, we're streaming for other colleagues online, so we just need the line. Sorry.
With your GNU and GPU partners, has there been any talks of both arrangements boiling down to local municipality, especially ahead of the 2026 local government polls? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, and then Pemba will come to you in Malanda.
Let me start with the consultation process. Indeed, Simpiwe, the IFP consulted the National Council and further consulted the Extended National Council, which is composed by more than 500 leaders across the country. Before we made a decision to join the GNU, we made that consultation. The National Council gave a go-ahead. A month and a half participating in the GNU, we called the Extended National Council with more than 500 leaders. And the Extended National Council gave an approval of the IFP's participation. And indeed, they said the National Council and the NEC put the interest of the people of South Africa first. And that is being demonstrated by the role we are playing in the national government, in leading KwaZulu-Natal, as well as being part of government in Gauteng. I think I can summarize that one in that fashion. Secondly, the period between conference and now in terms of auditing. The IFP, we went to elections very aware that after elections, there will be a period of establishing government at a provincial level, at a national level. The first 100 days is a critical period after elections. That is why our focus and attention was put in ensuring that the government of KwaZulu-Natal becomes functional. There is nobody in KwaZulu-Natal who do not know that the IFP leads the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Why? Because the government is visible. There is nobody in South Africa who do not know who is Minister of COGTA, who is Minister of Public Service Administration, who are Deputy Ministers, Transport, Environment and Fisheries. Why? These leaders are active at an NEC level. At the end of September, we said we have stabilized our deployment in Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal in Gauteng, national. Now we need to activate the party activities to prepare for a conference. Indeed, the conference will sit next year. Once the process of auditing is finalized, as we gave a time frame, the National Council will then decide on the timelines. Firstly, the elections of constituencies, followed by elections of district committees, followed by election of provincial executive committees, and lastly, the Women's Brigade, the Youth Brigade at a national level, and the National Executive Committee at a national level. We have already made the roadmap to 2026 local government elections. We would want to finalize the internal elections next year so that in a period of 12 months running to the next local government elections, we have no internal elections but concentrating in a robust election campaign to the local government elections. As you will know, even in 2021, we told the media that we will run the majority of municipalities in KwaZulu-Natal. We did it. When we were campaigning for 2024, we said it. We want to lead KwaZulu-Natal. We want to be part of the national government at an executive level. We want to be part of Gauteng at an executive level. We did it. Now, we are ready for 2026 local government elections. And we will be running the majority of municipalities in KwaZulu-Natal, even those which we missed to win, which we failed to win in 2021. We have set our targets. That is why we had met our mayors over the weekend to tell them that we have 24 months to run, showcase the IFP, make people of South Africa at a local government level say, I have a reason why I will vote the IFP again. Is there going to be a local government unity now? the provincial government of unity and the national government of unity were a result of 29 May elections. Those elections had nothing to do with the provincial elections. Of course, the IFP will be approaching elections 2026 to win. Where it might not have a clear majority, it will engage the like-minded political parties to take the local government forward as the closest sphere to our people. I must indicate that we went into Germany to learn the good practice of coalition government. The alignment of political parties is not always the same. You will find a different configuration at a national level, a different one at a provincial level, exactly what we see in Gauteng. It doesn't present a threat because people at a provincial level may determine who they want to align with on the basis of the prevailing circumstances. And that has nothing to do to affect the national government or the local government. That is democracy at its best, as it is being seen in the case of Gauteng. I think I've responded to questions, and then it will be the Premier therefore.
Can I ask the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal on his questions, and then we'll go to the chairperson of Gauteng. Cool. Please, can you just shift my mic?
No, thank you very much, Honourable President, the Secretary General and the NEC members, the spokesperson of the party, the MEC from Gauteng and MEC from KwaZulu-Natal, and MPs and MPLs present, members of the meeting. Now, on the question of accountability to the MECs, I think the way you are approaching it, firstly, is the issue of the performance agreement, which we have prepared, which are about to sign, because we're to do diligent work in preparing the performance agreement. We will be signing it very soon. And when in agreement as the cabinet, that is the way to go. You recall that as the Premier, you appoint or you release members of the Executive Council. Hence, our approach is that in our collaboration, in the work that they do as departments, they account by ensuring that the Premier is able to monitor and evaluate the work they do. For an example, today, the starting of the exams for the matrics, I was there. In fact, that is part of presenting the work that they do. Last week I was with the MEC for Agriculture in Msinga. That is how they were presenting the work, because to me, accountability is all about being able to prove that the work that you have been tasked to do, you are able to do it. Then if ever there could be other things which are not done accordingly, either by leaders or members of the Executive Council or even by the management, we are having systems in government wherein we are able to hold people there accountable. Well, the challenges of the GPU, for now, I think we are working well. We don't have challenges. We're a stable government. I think it's evident to the fact that you also saw yourself when we presented the 100 days were together, all political parties were there. There was evidence enough that we were a stable government, we were working together with no challenge, except that I indicated that the issue of the financial position of government of KwaZulu-Natal have areas to attend to, not due to the fact of the wrongdoings, but due to the fact of the budget cuts, which one explained. But I think we are finding a way of strengthening the finances of the Province of KwaZulu-Natal. Otherwise, there is a hope in the provincial government of KwaZulu-Natal that will be able to present to the people of KwaZulu-Natal the aspirations which they had when they voted for this government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Premier. May I ask the chairperson of Gauteng on his issues?
Thank you very much, National Spokesperson, the President, the Secretary General, the Premier, members of the NEC, and the members of the media. I think the political theories that are playing out in the Gauteng metros, as the President has eloquently said, they don't affect the KZN or nationally, because the elections of 2024 was about national and provincial elections, not about local government elections. But what is important in Gauteng is that the IFP is not an extension of any political party. It is a party on its own and with its own identity. That is why we take it case by case what happens in each municipality. Therefore, it has nothing to do with the government of national unity. Therefore, I don't think there's any threat in there. It's just the political theories that China is a party. We must not lose our identity in the scheme of things. All we ensure is that there is stable government at local governments. That's the role we are prepared to play. There must be stability, clean governments, and service delivery.
Thank you, Mr. Kulu. Can you invite, right? There's a question online from Mrs. Andisiwe. She's asking that there was a report over the weekend that we have not appointed a mayor at the King Cetshwayo district to replace the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal was then the mayor, and wanting an update on that particular one. Her second question is on the NHI, but I think the matters she's raising there have been answered. If not, she will indicate on the virtual platform as well. We can get a response on the KCD matter. Thank you.
And thank you very much. We saw the headlines on the weekend Sunday Times in relation to King Cetshwayo district municipality. I must assure the public that there is no comeback to King Cetshwayo of Ubabuntuli. Babuntuli left King Cetshwayo. He is the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. He's going to lead the province for the next 5 years as per elections on 29 May. The IFP has Ubabu Dlamini, Councillor Dlamini, who is a deputy mayor, currently an acting mayor. So there is no challenge in terms of the functionality of government. We are following a due process of appointing a mayor, and the process is towards completion now. That is all we can assure the Sunday Times writer, the people of South Africa, as well as the people of King Cetshwayo, and what is giving us peace is that the deputy mayor, who is the acting mayor, Babu Dlamini, is on the ground. We follow him on various social media platforms, on the KCD media platform. He is continuing the good work which was done by the Honorable Premier Untuli as he left clean audit for King Cetshwayo. And he knows he has a responsibility as he is acting as it is a period of auditing now, that clean audit must be achieved. And I think that is all we can say, Mashasha. And a due process is being followed, and soon we will communicate to the public. He gave a report yesterday of how the municipality is functioning, and we are satisfied.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Are there any other matters? Going once, going twice? Right, final question, Mrs. Sanel. Just the mic so that the colleagues online can.
I think it's maybe a question of clarity. But what I understand that you said the election, the party conference, will be next year, will be held next year. Maybe is there a time where you feel the party should be ready to host this conference by next year? Is it the beginning of next year, middle of next year, or the end of next year?
No answer to Samuel.
Right, is there any other matter? All right, Mr. President, can we get a response to?
Firstly, because we know the people of South Africa have a deep interest in the IFP, and especially the IFP leads government in KwaZulu-Natal and is part of the executive of South Africa government as well as Gauteng. So now there is a deep interest. As I said, we want to assure that from last year, we put our focus in preparing for a stable government in South Africa. And we are satisfied that all the groundwork we did as a political party played a major contribution in the government of national unity, which is stable, and we are going to ensure that it remains stable to service our people. Now that the government at a provincial level in KwaZulu-Natal is the government at work, and our ministers, deputy ministers, national and MEC in Gauteng are at work, we are preparing now for the IFP. As I said, there will be a key event. Let me start there for the benefit of the public. There will be a key event on 21 March 2025. The IFP will be celebrating 50 years since its founding in 1975. Comrade O.B. Unene, who is seated across there, is the chairperson of the organizing team. That will be an important event in the life of the IFP. Many political parties, when they mark 50 years, most of them are close to be history in terms of performance and the role they play. The IFP will make 50 years as a force to be reckoned with and as a contributor in shaping South Africa going forward. So now, that is one milestone. Next year, in the first part of the year, 21st March 2025, it's an invitation already. You can block that date because it is confirmed that that event will be on that date. Now, we believe in honesty and transparency. As I said, the auditing period, we are giving it up to December. Obviously, January is a difficult time for everybody. In February, a process at a constituency level should begin. As I've said, in March, we have a big event, and thereafter, a process at a district level should continue, and thereafter at a provincial level, and we are looking somewhere June, July, August. But definitely 12 months before the next local government elections, we will be done with all our structures elections and fully focusing on a robust election campaign, because we are in a mission of making the local government work, because it is the closest sphere that must deliver services to people. So I'm sure I gave an honest answer, that the latest will be August next year.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. President, for guys, come on. We're gonna do VNEC and all those. That process will follow as soon as we are done. The leadership will be available. From here, let me take this opportunity and thank the President, the Secretary General, the Chairperson of KwaZulu-Natal, the Chairperson of Gauteng, the members of the top 7, the NEC colleagues, and I want to thank you, colleagues as well in the media. I think, Mr. President, it would be remiss of us not to express our sincerest gratitude to South Africa's fourth estate for the good work that it continues to do, and its ability to hold all of us accountable. We met during the election campaign. We were engaging in that difficult period of negotiations, and one continues to appreciate the healthy working relationship that we have, and that whatever disagreements we may have, they are not personal, but they are in the cause and the nature of the work in which we are doing. And I think our country and its democracy are stronger because of the critical role that the media is playing. And the final thing to say, the next meeting of the GNU Clearinghouse is on Thursday, as the Deputy President, who is our convener, has issued a notice. And so, the President, the matters that you have raised, insofar as the GNU Clearinghouse will serve on Thursday at the meeting that the Deputy President convened. And lastly is to say that GNU Clearinghouse really has committed to meeting regularly, and I'm quite certain once the terms of reference have been finalized, they will be communicated publicly. And one of the issues therein has been a commitment to say we must be proactive as opposed to being reactive to issues. And so that mechanism is one which we are confident will work. So thank you very much, colleagues, and I want to thank the Director, Mrs. Liesel, for ensuring that today went well. Happy Monday, and have a blessed week ahead, and be safe on the roads. Don't drink and drive, don't drink and walk. Thank you very much.
Don't commit crime.
Don't commit crime. Can I request that the leaders do not leave their request for vernacular, so we will take the Zulu and abadinga Afrikaans, ukhona uSizwe, abadinga iSotho, ukhona uMalandela, so angazi kuthiwa khona nekomishini engaqondakali umkhufe khaba angazi kuthiwa newokhona abayiwinile. Right, can I request that those who are looking for right, colleagues, can we do it this way? Can we do, colleagues, there's just refreshments at the back, but can we do it this way? Can the request for VNEC, can we come all at once, guys, so that we can do it at once as opposed to one-on-one, because that may... So the loud, we don't bite. UMCA does not VNEC. Alright, guys, can we? Alright, Amanda. Guys, hello? 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 Guys, can I request that we desist from conversations because they are still taking recordings this side. Right, can we start please on Vanek?
Just from our side, we don't want to keep the president waiting for some. Just 2 questions.
Yeah, please.
The state of the GPU as the IFP sees it, and also the issue of the conference. If you can answer those.
Is there any other matter? Is there any other matter in Vanek? Mr. President, summary of the Copter National in Vanek.
50 years of celebration.
In 50 years, we'll do one package. And the king, the trial of vacancy. Going once, going twice, gone. It's those 5 items. Mr. President, over to you.
Sifisa ukubingelela kubo bonke abaqosheli bezindaba, yiyo yonke imsakazo nabo bonke abalandela lesi sithangami ebesinaso namhlanje njengobuholi beqembu lenkatha yenkululeko ezingeni likazwelonke. Okokuqala, egameni leqembu lenkatha yenkululeko sivuke ngezindaba ezibhlungu zokwedlula emhlabeni kukamntwana usibuyiselwe Angela Buthelezi oyindodakazi yokugcina yomsunguli weqembu lenkatha yenkululeko umntwana uMangosuthu Buthelezi. Dlulisa ukuzwelana okukhulu nomndeni wakwaButhelezi nezihlobo nawo wonke umndeni weqembu le-IFP. Umntwana usibuyiselwe bekuyilunga leqembu le-IFP, eyilunga le-National Council, ephinde futhi amele iqembu le-IFP njengelunga likahulumeni kuzwelonke, i-MP. Okwesibili, leli viki eledlule izwe laseNingizimu neAfrika libhekane nokulahleka kwabaholi abaqavile bedlula emhlabeni abanomnotho ojulile ngomnikelo abawenzile ukuthuthukisa izwe lakithi. Kodwa ngaphezulu kwalokho sibonile igameko ezishaqisayo zokubulawa ikakhulukazi kwabantu besifazane elusikisiki nalokho esikubone kulesi sifundazwe saKwaZulu Natal. Sikhalela yonke imindeni eminye ekade ifihla ngempela sonto esisuka kuyo, kodwa okusithokozisile kakhulu ukubona inqubekela phambili nempumelelo ekuboshweni kwalabo abayingxenye yokubulala abantu ngesihluku beyinani elikhulu. Esengazuthi uhulumeni engenza konke okusemandleni ukusiphula izimpande zobugebengu nokubulawa kwabantu bakithi ukuze sibe nemiphakathi ephephileyo. Sifisa ukwedlulisa ukuhalalisela nokufisela okuhle abantwana bethu namhlanje abaqale izivivinyo zebanga le-12 ugrade 12. Izivivinyo abaziqale namhlanje yizo eziyisiqalo sekusasa eliqhakazile. Sibafisela ukuba sengazuthi bangaba nokuhlolwa okuyimpumelelo okungenazo izihibe, noNkulunkulu alekelele ukuthi ngisho nesimo sezulu singabi nokuphazamisa nokugula kwahlobuluni kungaphazamisa abantwana bethu. Sibafisela okuhle nokumhlophe kodwa njengoba eqala ivivinyo zebanga leshumi nambili. Lesi sithangami sisibizele ukuba sizobika njengeqembu le-IFP ukuthi seziphelile izinsuku ezilikhulu u100 days i-IFP iyingxenye kahulumeni wobambiswano kuzwelonke, i-Government of National Unity nohulumeni wobambisano kwisifundazwe saKwaZulu Natali esiholwa yi-IFP nohulumeni wobambiswano kwisifundazwe saseGauteng la sinongqongqoshe uMEC umfowethu Bonkosi Dlamini. Iqembu le-IFP lenelisekile ngomnikelo owenziwa uhulumeni wesifundazwe kwaZulu Natali, uMEC we-IFP uComrade uBonkosi Dlamini eGauteng kanye nongqongqoshe womnyango kaCocta owumengameli ka-IFP nongqongqoshe emnyangweni oqondene ne-Public Service Administration inkosi uMzamo Buthelezi owusekela ngqongqoshe owusekela mengameli we-IFP kanye nosekela ngqongqoshe uComrade uMkhuleko Hlengwa kanye nomnumzana umhlonishwa uNaren Singh. Senelisekile uma sibheka umsebenzi asebewenzile kulezi insuku ezilikhulu, uzinzo asebelwenzile kuleminyango ehlukene abaphathiswe kuyo nesifundazwe kusinikeza sibe nokuziqhenya ukuthi isibophezelo esasenza kubantu baseningizimu neAfrika siya okhethweni siyabonakala ngemisebenzi abayenzayo ukuyisa phambili izwe lakithi. Angiqale ngokuthi uhulumeni omkhulu, i-Government of National Unity, iqembu le-IFP lenelisekile ngokubambisana esikubona kukhona nokuhloniphana phakathi kwamaqembu akhanda uhulumeni wobambiswano ezingeni likazwelonke. Sonke sinombono owodwa wokuyisa phambili iningizimu neAfrika nabantu bakithi. Yebo, siyaqonda ukuthi singamaqembu ahlukeneyo, zikhona izinto ngokwemigomo yethu esingezukuzibona ngokufana, kodwa sangena kuhulumeni we-Government of National Unity sikuqonda lokho ukuthi la sehlukana khona lizoba khona igumbi la kuxoxwa khona izinto esingayiboni ngokufana. Ngenhlanhla ke sesikhona isakhiwo esibizwa ngokuthi i-clearing house, indlu exazulula konke ukubona okungafani phakathi kwamaqembu akhanda uhulumeni wobambiswano. Kule clearing house uComrade uMkhuleko Hlengwa uyena ozomela iqembu le-IFP. I-clearing house izohlangana isikhathi nesikhathi, hayi ngoba kuneyinkinga, kodwa ukubheka ukuthi uhulumeni wobambiswano usasebenza ngokubambisana yini, kanye futhi uma kukhona inkinga okudinga ukuthi bayixazulule ukuze kungabikho ukuphazamiseka kukahulumeni wobambiswano. Iqembu le-IFP liyakholelwa ukuthi uma ngenza isilinganiso umthetho i-National Health Insurance Act olawula indlela ezokwenza abantu bakithi bathole ezempilo ezingcono, siyawesekela umgomo wokuthi bonke abantu bakithi kumele bathole ezempilo ezingcono. Indawo nje esinokubona okungafani neqembu lika ANC uma kufika ku-national health insurance indlela yezinsiza ezizokwenza ukuthi lo mthetho uzuze okufanele ukuthi kuzuze kubantu bakithi. Kodwa ke lokhu esingakuboni ngokufana yikho esithi akuhanjwe kuyoxoxwa kwi-clearing house ukuze lokhu esingakuboni ngokufana sithole indawo eyi-common ground ukuze sikwazi ukwenza abantu bakithi bathole ezimpilo ezingcono. Nakumthetho futhi oqondene nezemfundo iBella Act sikholela ukuthi izigatshana noma izingxenyana okunokungaboni ngokufana kuzo akudingi ukuthi kuyiwe enkantolo, kodwa i-clearing house izokwazi ukuthi ibhekane ngqo nalezi ingxenyana okunokungaboni ngokufana ukuze sithole a common ground and sikwazi ukwenza uhulumeni uqhubeke uhlangabeza izidingo zabantu baseningizimu neAfrika. Iqembu lenkatha yenkululeko lenelisekile uhulumeni we-GNU, uhulumeni wokubambisana kwesifundazwe saKwaZulu Natal nohulumeni wokubambisana kwesifundazwe saseGauteng senelisekile ukuthi bazokwazi ukuhlangabeza izidingo zabantu bakithi abamiselwe kule minyaka emihlanu elandelayo. Sesizongena ke esigabeni esibili njengeqembu uma sengize indabeni zangaphakathi sokulungiselela izingqungquthela zangaphakathi. Kule ngxenye enkulu ka-2024 besikwi-campaign yokhetho esenelisekile ngomphumela wokhetho ngomhla ka-29 May saba nesikhathi esingangenyanga ezintathu senza uhulumeni ukwazi ukuthi usebenze. Njengamanje ke unobhala jikelele umnumzana uNgcobo usewakhandile amakomiti abizwa ukuthi ngama-auditing team azoyohlola izakhiwo zamaziko ukuze siqinisekise ukuthi uma sekuhlala izingqungquthela amaziko ethu kuzobe kungamaziko asesimweni esiyiso. Lolu hlelo lwe-auditing luzothatha ingxenye yonyaka esele kuze kufinyelele kuDisemba. Ngenxa yokuthi uJanuary isikhathi wonke umuntu osuke ephithizela ngokuvula kwezikole kusukela ngenyanga kaFebruary kuzobe seqala ke kwakhiwa ama-constituency iziyingi. Ngenyanga kaMarch sizoba nomgubho omkhulu wokuhlanganisa iminyaka engama-50 ngomhla ka-21 March 2025. I-IFP yasungulwa kwanzimela ngomhla ka-21 March 1975. Izobe ihlanganisa ke iminyaka engama-50 ibuyekeza umnikelo ewenzile ezweni lakithi, ibuka futhi iqhaza esazolibamba kusukela ku-2025 kuya ekuhlanganiseni iminyaka elikhulu ngo-2075. Inyanga kaMarch izobe igxile kakhulu ekulungiseleleni lomgubho weminyaka engama-50. Emveni kwawo ke siyobe sesiqhubeka nokwakhiwa kwezakhiwo zeqembu okungama-district, emva kwama-district bese kukhethwa ama-provinces, emva kwama-province bese kukhethwa amakomiti kazwelonke, lombutho wabesifazane, lombutho wentsha nekomiti elikhulu eliholwa umengameli weqembu lenkatha yenkululeko. Lo msebenzi wonke sifisa ukubona uphothulwa okungenani ngenyanga ka-August 2025 ukuze kusukela ngo-October 2025 kuya ku-October 2026 inyanga ezili-12 sigxile kumkhankaso wokulungiselela ukunqoba ukhetho komasipala, ngoba omasipala njengoba bezokhetha ngo-2026 November uma kuphela iminyaka emihlanu. Sifisa ukuba iqembu le-IFP landise omasipala elibaphetheyo KwaZulu Natal, eGauteng nakwezinye izifundazwe ukuze sigxilise uhulumeni osondele kubantu oholwa yiqembu nemigomo yeqembu le-IFP. Angiphethe ke ngokuthi sibonile kwabezindaba bekhuluma ngodaba lwaseKing Cetshwayo ukuthi isikhundla sikameya kuze kube manje asivaliwe. Njengamanje ubaba ukhansela uDlamini owu-deputy mayor uye owumeya obambile. Ngempela sonto besihlangene nabo bonke omeya abahola imikhandlu ye-IFP, ubekhona nobaba uDlamini njengo-acting mayor waseKing Cetshwayo. Senelisekile ngomsebenzi awenzayo njengomeya obambileyo. Maduzane sizomemezela ukuvalwa kwesikhala sikameya waseKing Cetshwayo ngenxa yokuthi kunemigudu okumele ukuthi ilandelwe uma kuzoqokwa umeya. Akuxhomozelwa ngenxa yokuthi uma nichomozela nigcina nenza amaphutha amaningi. Umkhandlu usesimeni esikahle, uyasebenza. Ubaba uDlamini uyaqonda ukuthi unesibopho sokuthi njengoba uMphemba eshiye i-clean audit eKing Cetshwayo, kumele ukuba i-clean audit iqhubeke njengoba sinesibopho ukuthi sifuna ukuthi bonke omasipala baseningizimu neAfrika abaphethwe yi-IFP nabaphethwe noma yiliphi elinye iqembu lezombusazwe ababe nombiko omuhle wezamabhuku ukuqinisekisa ukuthi imali yomphakathi bayakwazi ukubika ngendlela eyiyo. Lokhu ukuthi isikhala kasivaliwe ngenxa yokuthi kunokungabaza ngohulumeni wesifundazwe saKwaZulu Natal kwenzela ukuthi uma kuba nenkinga uMphemba buyele emuva. Hayi, amampunge nje into engekho. uMphemba uhambile eKing Cetshwayo, uPremier waZulu Natal, uzohola lesi sifundazwe leminyaka emihlanu. Ngesikhathi esifaneleyo maduze iqembu le-IFP lizomemezela umeya ozovala isikhala esivuleke eKing Cetshwayo. Kodwa angikusho kubantu bonke abalalela umsakazo besifunda uKing Cetshwayo ukuthi senelisekile ngentuthuko esikwazi ukuyibona einkundleni zokuxhumana. Umsebenzi awenzakho ubaba uDlamini ukuyisa phambili idingo zabantu bakithi seneliseke ngokwenele. Angiphethe ke ngokuthi uhulumeni obalulekile nosondele kubantu baseningizimu neAfrika i-local government lena engiwungqongqoshe kuyona. Kulezi insuku ezilikhulu sesikwazile ukungenelela ukuqinisekisa ukuthi imikhandlu yakithi isebenza kangcono. Enye yento eyigalelo esilenzile, sesibahlonzile bonke omasipala sabihlukanisa igaba ezintathu. Omasipala abenza kahle, omasipala abaphakathi nendawo, ngomasipala abadonsa kanzima la intuthuko nokusebenza kungekho ezingeni elihle. Bangama-35 ezweni lonke. Futhi kulabo masipala bangenzi kahle abali-35 sesibahlonzile abali-10 okuyibona abasekugcineni ngokungenzi kahle. Inhlelo zethu ke sisebenzisa i-target approach, zizogxila zithi njo kulabo masipala ukuze senze izakhamizi labo masipala zikwazi ukuzuza intuthuko ngendlela efaneleyo. Bayazi abantu ukuthi bekunenkinga enkulu Emfuleni municipality eholela abasebenzi ukuthi baze bangaholi. Singenelelile sagcina sinezivumelwano phakathi kukamasipala noMfuleni ukuthi inkinga yesikweletu sakwa-Eskom izolungiseka kanjani. Abasebenzi bagcine sebehola futhi soqinisekisa ukuthi inyanga zonke okwenzekile ukuthi bangaholi kungaphinde kwenzeke ngesikhathi siweluse eduze umkhandlu wasemfuleni naneminye imikhandlu enenkinga efanayo ukuthi banesikweleti esikhulu abasikweleta u-Eskom, eminye ikweleta ama-water boards ahlukeneyo isikweleti semali. Kodwa-ke khona isinyathelo esiqavile sisithathile. Yonke iminyango kahulumeni ekweleta omasipala sesiyibhalele iy'ncwadi yonke, sibhalele bonke o-premier, sabhalela yonke iminyango kahulumeni kuzwe lonke nakuyifundazwe, sawutshela umnyango ukuthi lo mnyango ukweleta umasipala othile imali engaka. Sabanikeza-ke kuze kube ukuphela kwenyanga kaDisemba ukuthi umnyango kahulumeni okweleta umasipala awukhokhele umasipala. Angeke ulindele omasipala bekwazi ukusebenza benza ama-services kuhulumeni, uhulumeni angabakhokheli. Siyakholwa-ke ukuthi o-MEC, ondunankulu nongqongqoshe bazokwenza iminyango ukuthi ikhokhele omasipala ukuze omasipala bakwazi ukwenza ama-services kubantu bakithi. Uma iminyango kahulumeni ingabi isibonelo ukukhokha imali abayikweleta omasipala, sizoya kungqongqoshe ophethe ezezimali ukuba aselekelele ukuba le mali isheshe ifinyelele komasipala, ngoba uhulumeni, iminyango kahulumeni iyona okufuneka ibe isibonelo, exemplary, ukuthi okukweleta umasipala ukhokhele. Emiveni kwalokho sizophuma umkhankaso sigqugquzele osomabhizinisi abakweleta omasipala ukuthi abakhokhele omasipala. Emveni kwalokho sigqugquzele zonke izakhamuzi eyikweleta omasipala ukuthi khokhelana amanzi, khokhelana ugesi, khokhana ama-rents, ngoba uma umasipala abantu bengawukhokheli ngemisebenzi eyenzayo awuzukwazi ukuletha intuthuko kubantu bakithi. Okugcina kulesi sikhathi esizinya sokwezilikhulu sesibeke phekwe itafula ukuthi akuvulwe ingxoxo mayelana ne-funding model yomasipala. Indlela omasipala abathola usizo ngokwemali, i-funding model yenza abanye bangakwazi ukusebenza ngoba kukhona imikhandlu engenayo indawo la ekwazi ukuthola khona imali, i-revenue base. Ngakho sibuyisa phekwe itafula ezingeni likahulumeni ingxoxo ezothi akubuyekezwe i-funding model yomasipala, ngoba inkolelo yayithi omasipala bazokwazi ukugenerate u-90% bathola i-grant ka-10%. Akunjalo. Yingakho-ke omasipala abaningi bese simeni sokuthi abakwazi ukusebenza ngokuyimpumelelo ngenxa yokuthi abakwazi ukuziqoqela imali, ngenxa yokuthi akukho yona la bezoyiqoqa khona. Ngakho i-funding model sithi-ke kuzomela ukuthi ibuyekezwe ukuze omasipala balekelelwe ukuthola imali eningi yama-grant kunemali abayitholayo ukuze bakwazi ukuhlangabeza izidingo zabantu bakithi, ukuze abantu bakithi bakwazi ukukhokhela ama-services uma intuthuko beyibona phambi kwabo. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, colleagues. We went live, they were not cutting it.